Okay, what's up, guys? So, this video is a little long, close to 30 minutes, so I'm gonna try to limit it, the pausing and things, but it is a story time, so there's gonna probably be some pausing and stuff, but anyways, my good friend, Ray Rahimi, aka Hot Tea, you guys might see me reacting to her videos on her second main channel. I don't even know which channel to refer to. Is there like main or is there say? I think she considers this her second channel. So yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to Ray Rahimi on her second channel and then subscribe to her on her Hot Tea channel and stuff. But anyway, so she's been doing this series where she's overall talking about this psycho roommate. And I'm like, look, I love me a good story. Good stories. You like, I'm telling you, like I'll never forget, like before I get into the video, there's a my friend, former co-worker, he was telling me about like an old crazy story of his and stuff, like from his roommates. I live for that type of stuff. I do. I truly do. So I'm like, look, this one gonna be good without everything, all that stuff aside. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Ray Rahimi for more videos like this. Proper English, there we go. But anyways.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys the story of my psycho roommates. And to give you guys an idea about how much I literally don't give a about this girl right now, I still live with this girl. Like, she could walk in anytime, and I'm probably gonna post this while I still live with her.
Cause if you follow Ray on TikTok, she posted a video, and I'm like, dang, I would have had to check that roommate. I'm like, oh, you think she's psycho? Oh, I'm going to actually be Norman Bates himself. Like, I'm going to lose my mind if I'm over here. She had like some stuff in the sink, hair in the tub. Like, it was like a ball of hair. Like, you can wrap it up and throw it at somebody. Okay, somebody take a back hit as a home. I'm saying, like, that I'm like, that's just living a little bit foul. I'm like, you're gonna have to chill on all that stuff. Like, I don't know. Some of it, like, okay, maybe like the hair and I don't know. Everybody is different, but I probably would have started roasting her. I probably wouldn't have been like as upset or as mad, but I had been like, dang, you just saving that wig for later. Like, it's wet now. I suggest you throw it away and things. But it's like it's definitely things I would bring up. But I'm a pretty chill person. I'm like, hey, you left a hairball. I don't know if you coughed that up like you part cat or something, but I'm saying, like, wrap that up. Kobe it in a garbage can. That's it. That's all that I want in things. But if I like slip and fall on it, I probably would have like picked it up, bare hand, everything, and threw it at them. Made sure it was wet so I could get like some good distance and things. That's who I am. I play to get even.
Like, I just don't give a fuck about what she thinks of me or it being awkward. And she knows I have a YouTube channel, so you guys, this is gonna be one long video, so I highly suggest that you either grab
Please hang in there for like the first 5-10 minutes. I promise it gets very interesting in the end.
Snack, or put it on double speed, or wash your dishes, or do your makeup while you're watching this, because I really want you to watch the entire thing, because it kind of like connects and you won't get it if you fast forward. Okay, so I might be splitting this up into multiple videos because this story is genuinely that long. We'll see. Okay, let's get started. Alright, so the story starts last August when I had to start looking for a roommate because all of my roommates last year kind of like moved around. And so I stupidly decided to basically just wait around for one of my friends because there was like a slight chance I could move in with her. And I was like, okay, if there's a slight chance.
That's her. Like, I just heard a loud rumbling noise, and I'm like, okay, if the world's ending, can I at least finish this video? Like, just give me like 28 more minutes. That's all that I ask for. Like, why? Why is World of Wars gotta happen now? And I'm like, bro, like, I didn't even get to react. I'm like, dang, now I gotta pack up, leave, and all. I'm like, dang, man, really? But nah. Anyways, the world ain't ending. All right, no aliens is gonna attack, so I can get back into the video.
Friends, I'll just take it because I don't want to live with a stranger. Stupid idea, because that ended up not working out, and at this point it's August and I still don't have a roommate. I'm sorry if I'm looking down, by the way. I have like a whole ass notes thing. So at this point it's August and I start putting up ads on like Kijiji and Facebook to find a roommate. At this point I was like kind of having a little bit of trouble with my parents because I just felt like I didn't have any independence. I was feeling really suffocated at home, so I was in a really big hurry to just get out of there. So I really had low standards for a roommate. I was like, okay, you know what? Anything that gets me out of here, I'll take. I found this girl. She replies to me. We get to talking. We have a phone call. My stupid ass just really liked the way she talked. I really liked her voice because it reminded me of one of my really close friends, Rama. So I just had like a really great impression of her. And I decided to
They play it off cool at first. They all like, oh yeah, you know, here's cupcakes, here's, you know, freaking paper towels and stuff, you know, to do whatever you want, sleep whenever you want, do whatever. Then about like 3-4 months in, they out here performing like some exorcism in the middle of the living room while you're trying to sleep and gotta go. I'm not saying that's happened to me, but I'm just saying like that would be some weird stuff that person. Honestly though, I'm calling it. That's if I ever. That's what I'm like. I'm trying to just like, you know, get my own place. I ain't gotta rely on no roommates and stuff because I'm saying they do that. I'm like, I'm calling the cops and I'm just gonna burn the whole place down. Like.
I know, stupid decision. If you can take one thing out of this video, it's that don't make your roommate decisions based off of people's voices. We didn't even sign the lease. We kind of were having arguments about how we would split the price of the rooms. That was honestly like the first red flag for me because...
First strike.
How do I say this without being mean? But she's kind of stupid. Like, she's not the brightest person in the world, so it's really hard to like negotiate with her. Or like rationalize with someone that's stupid. We were looking for a 1+1 unit, so there'd be a bedroom and a den, and I wanted to live in the den because it would be cheaper. And when we were figuring out how we wanted to split the price, I said, if you rent a 2-bedroom condo with 1 bathroom in downtown Toronto with all the amenities that this condo has, it's going to be... Is that
expensive? I feel like that would be expensive. I don't know, because you try renting out an apartment downtown Seattle and stuff, it is going to be costly. Like, you know, it's just it ain't even a thing. Like, it's like apartments outside of Seattle, like, you know, because I live outside of Seattle. I live maybe like an hour outside of Seattle, or like 30 minutes depending on how you get here and stuff. But anyways, even outside of Seattle, it's still expensive and things. But downtown Seattle, like, you got to be driving a Tesla, a Lamborghini, a McLaren, a freaking something that's fast and expensive to be living outside or inside of Seattle and stuff. So I wonder if that's like it. I have to look into that. If it's cheap, I'm moving to Toronto.
The price of a 1-bedroom and a shared bathroom.
I have to get like a
so because our total rent is $2,500, it would be rational to split it $1,500 to $1,000, right? Like,
makes
that's
sense.
Just what makes sense. And it was just so hard to like make her understand that. She was just like, nope, I can pay $1,300 and that's it. But at some point I was just like, you know what? F it. Like, I just want to move out. I'll pay $1,150. You can pay $1,350. And let's just move out. Whoever has seen this unit agrees with me that that tiny den that I live in is not worth $1,150. You guys, this den is tiny. It barely fits a twin-size bed and doesn't even have a proper door. Her room is huge. Before we even moved in, after we signed the lease, one of the very first things I said was, okay, so because I'm living in this tiny den, can I move in my desk into the living room? And I sent her the exact link of the exact...
If we decide on rooms and then I get the big room and she gets that small room, I'm like, you can bring and do whatever you want. You out here living in a prison cell. I'm like, yeah, you have the rights to anything that you want to do. Like, yeah, you done gave me the big room. You being nice and generous and things. At least I can, like, you know, be nice and generous back. Like, that's wow. That's crazy.
I have from IKEA, and she's the type of person that if she can push back confrontation, she would do it. So if you ask her something about the future now, she'll be like, oh, okay, that's fine, and then she'll confront you about it later, like once you've already made plans. So I want you guys to keep this in mind. Remember that she said yes to the desk. We move in, we kind of get along at first. Our first night there, we kind of just chit chat. I realized that I don't think we can be like really, really close friends because she's just not someone on the same like conversation level as me. She has very like surface level interests, so I don't really talk to her too much. We were really friendly, but we weren't like best friends, which was fine in my opinion.
See, that's why I'm like, nah, I gotta become best friends with the person if I'm gonna be roommates with them and stuff. Like, nah, it gotta be like on like a sibling level. That's just me. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like any other like, but and that's the thing. I'm like, yeah, if it's somebody that I don't know, then yeah, I'm gonna like try to be as cool with them as I possibly can and things. Try to them get on my good side, me get on their good side. So overall we got each other's back if something goes down. But yeah, then if it's like with some people, like with some actual friends, like people I went to school with and all that stuff, then yeah, I'm like, there ain't really too much to worry about. I feel like this like you'll really get to know them like once when you live with them and stuff. But yeah, and then you can determine whether you're gonna be good with these people. Now, I guess like like determine it once you live with that person, but then once, but it's, yeah, like maybe like first couple of days and stuff. But yeah, they just start acting wild and crazy. Then you gotta find another spot.
Very, very, very soon realized that she's kind of a dirty person. Like she was
Yeah.
a clean person herself. Like she's looked really like
That TikTok
well dressed.
video.
She has her nails done. She has her eyelashes done. She's really like put together herself, but the space around her is a mess, and it's
Dang.
gross and it's dirty. At the beginning, like I really tried not to like bring too much up, and I was trying to like kind of pick my battles. One of the few things that I decided to talk to her about was the trash can. I just went up, I knocked at her door, and I was like, hey, would you mind when you're throwing out your trash, can you just make sure it goes inside the trash can? That's all I asked, because she would just throw it in there and then not look or check or bother for it to go inside the trash can, and then I would have to go and clean up after her. I don't have any pictures from back then because I wasn't like petty like that yet. But since then, I have asked her to split our trash cans, and this is what hers looks like.
Ugh.
And she got...
Oh, that is nah. I have to like walk up to the trash can, be like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm about to throw this away. Nice doing business with you," and then walk away. I can't just be like, it's near the trash can, then throw it in things. Wow. Nah, that ain't even something where I'm like, I gotta ask a question. I'm like, yeah, so the trash can does have a hole on top. It's like whether it's one of those like you gotta like flip a switch or step. We got one of those ones where we like step on it and things. But I'm like, yeah, there's like this little step thing where you step on it and then the thing opens up and then you can put your trash in there and stuff rather than playing like batting practice and stuff with it. I'm just overall saying like throw your stuff away. That's nasty. Like I call a person out on that. Yeah, her roommate, the roommate probably would have moved out before I did because I had been getting like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to come off as aggressive, but I'm like, you can't just throw away your trash. I'm saying like you know what? I learned this from my mom. I'll put the trash in front of her door in her room. I'm like, that's honestly, I think what I would do if it came down to it and stuff. I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, anything that you don't throw away, I'm going to put it in front of your door. And you're going to stump your toe, slip, fall, do whatever to it and things. Or put it in the room. Put it in the room. I think that's what I overall would do.
So offended.
Yeah, that's nasty.
She was like, you don't know if that was me, that could have been you. And I'm like, I'm not careless. I'm the one who's bringing this up, and you didn't even know it was an issue.
Don't like, could have been me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, come here, watch this, because I'm like, it doesn't really make sense. I'm coming in and I'm approaching you about it and stuff, but and I'm like, yeah, to me that doesn't make any sense and things. Why would I approach you? I'll just throw my trash away and stuff rather than approaching you and talking about it and things. But I'd be like, no, come here. I'm like, watch this. I had like chugged down the whole thing of like one of them like little juice boxes and stuff, and then just like, now watch what I do. There's this little step thing, right? Watch how that lid open up. You throw it away, okay? Like that's plain and simple. Like what?
In the first like month that we were together, she was already starting to dislike me. And then sometime mid-September, an incident occurred where she said that she was uncomfortable with me having guys over in the apartment. We had this like whole argument. It was probably like an hour long, but it basically just ended with me being like, okay, like I'm sorry, whatever you say. Let me tell you guys, even though like literally I'm so respectful, for the first entirety of the 4 months that we lived together, every time I would want to have any friend over, any time of the day, whether it was a girl or a boy, I would always text her and make sure. Like that was something I didn't have to do. But like I would just go out of my way to do that. And she never did that. And this one time, she had a guy friend over, and I was in the bathroom without pants on because I just like to walk around my apartment without pants on, okay? So I had to kind of like sneak out into my room without him seeing me. And I just told her that. Like I was like, hey, like you have friends over too, and that's making news for me, but I didn't say anything because I didn't think I had the right to tell you not to have people over. She got mad. She got so pissed. She was like, stop talking shit about my friends. Like, I'm not talking about your friend. Like, I actually really like this guy, but I would not have been comfortable walking in my underwear around him. You know what I mean?
I'm saying. Well, I'm just saying, like, overall, I'm like, yeah, I'd like, look, I'm like, now I didn't know you was like, cause I'll probably be like hiding behind the wall and be talking to their friend, like, now look, I didn't know you was coming over, so I'm about to turn this corner, and I am going to be in my boxers. You can look, it's gonna be weird, or you can turn your head. Y'all got a beautiful view, like I can tell, like just by like by that little window right there. I'm like, y'all can look out the window, and it looked like. I can't really tell. I can't tell if it's like a city or an ocean. But I'm like, but you can overall look out the window and look out that, and then I can walk on by and get to my room and stuff. But
I would not
just saying,
walking in my underwear around him. You know what I mean?
That's another crucial part to this story that I want you guys to remember, that she did not feel comfortable with me having guys over, so she told me not to.
That was like our first big fight. So a couple weeks go by, we have some little like mini fights here and there. Like I find out that she doesn't like me touching her door, so if she leaves her laundry in the dryer, I can't go and put it on her bed. I would have to put it on the sofa. She flipped out at me once for doing that.
That's crazy.
I found out and I never did it again. Not a big deal. A couple of weeks go by.
That is crazy. Now that's, to me, that's going a little bit too far. I'm like, I'm not even allowed to touch a door. So I'm saying, like, what happens when you want to, like, change rooms? You say you don't want the big room no more. You want the small room. Am I, like, can I touch the door? Like, what? Do I got to, like, have my arm sleeves like this and things and just be like, hey, I didn't touch it. All right, so you try to fingerprint that door and see once you won't find my fingerprints on it and stuff. But that's some weird stuff. Yeah, if my laundry, I'm just saying, like, to any future roommates, if y'all watching this and stuff, I'm saying, if there's some laundry that I missed out on, because I've done that. I've missed out, like, on the socks, some boxers, an undershirt, maybe some pants, but I highly doubt these. It'll probably be, like, a sock. If you do that, like, if you're nice enough to, like, give me, like, put it back on my bed, I would be thanking you. I'm like, thank you, because I wanted to wear those socks. I couldn't find the other ones, so I would thank you for that, but I'm not going to snap because you touched my door.
And I finally get around to move that desk that I've been wanting to move around. My parents helped me and move the desk, and I put it in the corner. So this is like her room, and I put it over here at first. Right now, it's like you're on the desk, but I put it here in front of her room at first. Maybe like 1.5 meters away from her room. And so she comes in and she's like, oh, like, I know you said you can bring a desk, but can you move this from here to there? Like, pointing at my room and the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, honey, like, have you seen my room? Like, it's not gonna fit. And I can't put it in the hallway because we have the shoe rack there and we need space for the shoe rack, and also it's a dark, gloomy corner and that's where the bathroom is, and I don't want to be doing work inside the bathroom.
Like, can you help if I'm gonna be moving this stuff?
Like, no, like, I don't want to have my friends responsible for, like, your stuff. Have friends over, I don't want them touching your stuff. And I'm like, well, don't worry about the desk because the futon there is also mine and you don't have a problem using that, so this is just a desk, go ahead and use it. Like, she ripped my futon, by the way, and I didn't say anything. So, like, I'm not holding you liable for everything, go ahead and use the desk. And she's like, oh, I just wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, like, that's your desk, that's personal. I'm like, I'm sorry, like, you told me I could bring it. I had my parents inconvenience themselves to bring it over. And you guys,
that's crazy.
When I'm telling you it's hard to rationalize with a stupid human being, I'm telling you it's hard. We started this argument at 8:30 p.m. and ended it at 11:30 p.m.
Wow.
This argument took 3 whole hours because this girl would keep going back in circles to keep talking about her not wanting her friends to use the desk. Or at some point she was
I went to my prison cell room and I just laid in my bed. Look, it looked like she had a nice view and I just been looking. I'm like, I'm not, and then put my music on, but I'm like, I'm not, no. I'm like, look, desk gonna be here, futon's gonna be there, the shoe rack gonna be over there. Period. That's it. Like, I'm not, but all this moving around and all that stuff, I'm like, look, if your friends disrespected, tell them not to. But I'm like, that should be up to you. I'm like, I would, like, that's my thing. If some friends come over and they start touching on, like, if I ever do have a roommate and my friends start touching on them, like, no, don't do that. That ain't yours. All right. You can touch my stuff, but that sounds weird. Okay. But you can touch my belongings. That sounds weird too. Overall, don't touch their stuff. Plain and simple. Don't do that. I'm like, you don't even know who this person is. Because they come in here, see you doing that, and they drop kick you, and you in pain from that drop kick. That's your fault.
Desk is too close to my room. I don't want to hear you breathe. I don't even know. And she dragged the argument so much farther than the actual desk. So here's a couple of highlights of our fight. I brought up the fact that, hey, I'm paying so much for the den and you're paying so much less for a room than you would if you were to go to a 2-bedroom. So you would have to make a couple of compromises for me having to live in a den. And one of the compromises is that I have to put my desk here. She's like, hey, I'm paying the fair price. I'm not paying any less. Oh, like I'm gonna call the landlord right now and ask him. I'm like, please don't involve the landlord into this. Obviously, that didn't get anywhere, and so I was just like, look, you're being irrational right now.
Uh-oh.
And she was like, what? And my stupid ass replied, being like, that means you lack basic human logic. Which, why did I make it so much more complicated than it needed to be? Because she was like, what? Are you saying I'm not human? And I was like, no, like, I'm sorry you can't speak English.
I'm like, yeah, you're not human.
Is that racist? You're being
My,
racist.
wow.
This?
The question is, though, is she white? I'm like, if she's white, then I'm like, I don't know. I feel like if I had like a black roommate and they had said like, are you like, I called them irrational and then they say you just called me a derogatory racist name. I'm like, I sure did. And like post about it on social media. So you know what? In fact, because it doesn't even seem like that you don't even know how this, because it seems like you just heard irrational for the first time in your whole life. I'm like, you go on there and spell irrational without even looking it up and things. They had freaking put like ear rash or something like that, and then yeah, that is. But that roommate, man, she is kind of, yeah. I'm saying like that's. So you want to like help out people like Ray? I would honestly love to help you out in this situation, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even want to like I feel like one day I feel like I would like befriend her roommate and stuff, and then she's gonna be talking like she's gonna be telling me her side of the story and stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, that's a jacked up roommate, not realizing it's Ray and stuff, but. No, I'm like, that's, man, that is not normal. I'm honestly, I feel sorry for Ray. I don't know if she's still in, because she's like on part 3 of this series. She just uploaded part 3 today, but I'm like, dang. Ray, I really do hope the best for you and stuff. Like, that ain't cool.
You guys, is where I lost it. I freaked out. How the is that racist? I'm calling you stupid. That's not racist. That's just mean. I'm literally having a mental breakdown just thinking about that argument. Like, you guys. She is one of like 7 children of this rich family in Saudi Arabia, and they send every single one of their children to Canada from Saudi Arabia to go to school. They pay their rent, they pay their tuition, and they pay basically everything for them. Do you not have to be very rich to do that? And so I was like, sorry, like you grew up as a princess, you don't know how to compromise, and she freaked out. She was like, stop talking about my parents. I'm like, what the fuck? I never even brought up your She's like, you don't know me. I'm like, okay, calm down. So by the end of this argument, it's like 11:30 p.m. and we're both exhausted, so she just ends the entire conversation being like, you know what, if you want to leave the desk, that's your choice, but just know that if you do, I'm gonna make life here a living hell for you. And why did she do just that? Because
bro, I'm about to seriously like work on making, because I really want to like start doing animations and stuff. I'm about to seriously work on it, and like I should overall do like an animation just of that whole part right there. Just do like a whole sketch of the apartment, them two going back and forth and things, because that is crazy. Like that roommate, she is. Yeah, y'all be careful like out in. If you live in Toronto, Canada. Be careful. Just be careful, you know. The
entirety of the next
she just needs to. That girl needs to live by herself.
Parties. She would have people over. She literally had her friend over for an entire like 72 hours, and they just sat there, just like yapping on, jabbering, putting on loud music, just laughing out loud. And I don't have a door, so I can hear everything.
Wow.
And I couldn't like say anything because I don't want to start an argument with this. And yet, throughout all of this, or this entire month that she like,
I think, honestly, though, I think I probably would go out. Definitely go get me some, like, studio Beats by Dre headphones, because they are noise cancellation and stuff. So, yeah, go out, buy these at my local Best Buy. What else? I overall buy. Yeah, I couldn't put up with that. I probably would have like she was all like the first 4 months. I've been gone first 4 hours like dealing with that girl because she doesn't sound normal. She might not be human.
Trying to annoy
it might be a prank video. Honestly, it might be like a super long like a prank movie, and then like Hot Tea is like the victim of being pranked and stuff. Like I'm just saying, it's either that or that girl might be like crazy.
I didn't do anything different. Like, I didn't even use the desk. I actually moved the desk from here to here, which is a little farther from her, because I'm like, okay, if she doesn't want to hear me breathe, then fine. And I never use this desk when she's home because I was like, okay, I don't want to start anything. I still was very quiet. I still did my cleaning. She just threw everything out the door. And after about a month of living like this, she comes up to me and she's like, hey, I noticed the fact that you're not using the desk anymore and I really appreciate it. I just want everything to like go back to normal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, fine. Sure, like, I just had to live in hell for a month, but whatever. This was like maybe like November at this point and it was all good-ish until January. I confronted her for being an extremely wasteful human being. And when I'm saying extremely wasteful, I mean extremely wasteful.
And like the reason why this was such an issue is that we pay like around $180 every month for utilities for a tiny 600 square feet condo, as opposed to like my parents pay the same amount for like this huge house. So just because she's like the type of person to walk around in booty shorts and a tank top in the winter and then crank up the heater, and then in the summer she likes to like wear warm sweaters and turn up the AC.
She would walk in.
That's one thing where I'm like, I don't know how I overall, like if they got it to where it's like freaking 30 degrees in our apartment, then I'd be like, yo, can you like crank up the heat or like, you know, do something in things. But I don't know, me, I'm that person where I'm like, if I'm cold, then I'll just, you know, freaking wear some winter clothes and stuff. Hopefully that person gets the hint and be like, yo, I'm cold. Like, or if it's like hot in there and things, I'm like, okay, I'm burning up, can we like cut on the AC or something? But yeah, I'm like, I think I would leave it up to the other person. I don't know. I'm not that type of person where I'm like focused. Like I'll get like a fan or a heater. Like that's what I would do in things. But I'm like, yeah, if you want the house to be cooled or heated up, whichever, I'm like, that's on you. I'm like, I let other people focus on that. I'm like, I don't overall focus on it myself and things. Plus if it's like cold, then I'll just like, I don't know. That's how I warm myself out. Like warm myself up. I'll just work out and then, you know, do some reps, do some like, you know, do maybe a couple of laps of like, you know, around the building or something. I don't know. I'll do something to where I'm gonna overall be warm and things. But
from anyways, like the freezing cold outside, she would be slightly cold and she would put the furnace from like 70 to 85. Dang. Like that's not how furnaces work. Like the furnace has to work so hard to heat the house up for you like that. Every single day she toasts her bread in the oven. So she turns on the entirety of the oven to toast one piece of bread. One piece of bread. And I asked her if she could do her laundry at night. Said she would, never did. So I text her like really nicely. I'm like, hey, like it's really not fair that I'm paying so much for utilities when I'm away so much and I'm considered it when I am at home. And she basically denies doing any of that. Of course, like why was I even surprised? But says that she'll try. And then she lets me know that she's having a friend from Vancouver visit and she's going to be staying with us for a week. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. So after the whole argument about utilities, I'm like, oh, like how long did you say your friend was staying again? And she says, I'm not sure yet. And I'm like, okay, let me know. Is she coming tomorrow? And she's like, I'm too tired right now to be answering security questions about my friend who didn't even arrive yet.
I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to figure out the situation. It's
security questions?
Yeah.
It's not that crazy of a question to ask. Security
like,
questions.
when's your friend coming over?
So when
like, do they plan on leaving?
Literally,
like,
yes or no. It's not going to kill you. It's not that deep. And at this point, I'm pretty sure she blocked me.
Wow.
Which is stupid. Oh, by the way, a lot of our conversations are over text because I'm pretty much never home. Like, I'm literally never here. I'm always either at school or at my parents' house. So I don't even I know I'm paying so much for this apartment. Whatever, she brings her friend over. So this was the week that I was sick at home because of my wisdom tooth surgery. So I wasn't even here for like a good 3 weeks.
First 2 weeks I was away was because of the holidays, the winter holidays, and then the third week was because I was recovering from surgery.
I come here after 3 weeks, and this place is a mess. Like, it's so gross. Like, you know she hasn't cleaned along these 3 weeks. The last time the place was cleaned was 3 weeks ago when I cleaned.
That looked like a hoarder's bathtub.
She completely blocked my doorway with clothes.
Wow.
The kitchen is a mess and gross. Stuff laying everywhere, and like, what the fuck? The bathroom is a mess. Like, what even is that on the floor?
And this is
Like
exactly
a ribbon and some underwear.
And so I was just like ashamed for her. I didn't clean because I was like, I wasn't here for 3 weeks. I'm not responsible for cleaning this shit. I'm just gonna let her decide to do it at some point. And I'm like, it's not my responsibility. Just let this girl clean up after herself. So I didn't clean, and her friend was here, and I was so ashamed. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, the place is so dirty. And her friend was sweet. Like, she was nice. But listen up, my roommate, let's just call her Easy. Easy gave her friend from Vancouver the key to our place, which
I definitely would have been like this, all this stuff, all right? The freaking built up dirt in the tub, all right? The hairball, freaking everything. The food in the, looked like there was food in the sink. I'm like, all of that, that's your friend. Like, with the friend that was coming over and things, like, that's your friend that you came over to visit. None of this has been me, because I've been gone past 3 weeks. I'm like, that is wild. That is seriously wild.
even just that, a lot of people would not be okay with that.
Nah.
I didn't really say anything about it because I was like, whatever.
It is like, then you're like blocking off access to Ray's room with clothes, like, and I don't even know if, like, I don't know if that's Ray clothes. I'm like, if it is, I'm like, it's kind of disrespectful to just like throw them on the floor like that. But if that's her clothes, I'm saying, like, you know what? No, me being, you know, because I'm a little petty. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be petty and things, but I've been walking on them clothes. Been, like, wearing, like, some of the most biggest shoes I possibly can find and stuff, and then just been stomping on those, on those clothes and stuff. Seriously, that girl would have came back home and she just found, like, Timberland boot prints just all across her clothes and stuff. I'm like, why would you put them in front of my door? You ain't got a door of your own? You ain't got a room of your own? That girl probably would have been crying, like, dealing with me, because I had been saying I've been saying some things to her. She either would have, like, snapped on me and tried to kill me, or she had been crying because I had said something too hurtful and stuff. But I'm like, dang, like, just clean.
I met this girl. She's fine. She's
like, keep your room dirty. You could do whatever you want to do inside of your room, but the outside part of the house, clean it.
Whatever. But when Easy was at work and her friend from Vancouver thought I was at school, she brought over a guy to my apartment, which wouldn't have been as big of a deal.
That's crazy.
Easy hadn't told me not to bring guys over.
Yeah.
And then this random stranger to me is in my apartment with a stranger guy when they thought no one was home. A double stranger. Like, I just
That's a double stranger. When a stranger brings home another stranger, that's a double stranger.
I was like, why should I be okay with two strangers being in my apartment?
Yeah.
What's worse is that when they were walking in, they didn't know I was home. So the girl was like, oh yeah, you don't need to take off your shoes. The place is filthy anyway. I was like,
wow.
Please take off your shoes. Like, I'm probably going to be the one cleaning anyway.
I always take off my shoes. Even at a place, I remember one of my friends, Four Souls, actually, when I went over to go visit those guys, shout out to them. But when I went over to go visit to their house, they were telling me, like, no, you can keep your shoes on. I still took my shoes off. I'm like, I am, like, ever since, because I know when I was younger, when I was a kid, and I remember when me and my family, we lived in these apartments, I would, like, you know, keep my shoes on, but when we came here, then we took our shoes off. The only time I would wear, like, shoes in the house is if they're, like, brand new shoes. I'm wearing my brand new shoes right now, so I'm like, but they're new. They haven't been outside and stuff. So I'm like, I only wear new shoes around the house. But, or, like, house slippers, you know, like, some stuff like that. But, yeah, I'm like, I can't wear old shoes in the house. Unless it's, like, in my room and I'm, like, trying them on doing a video or something, then that's about it. But, yeah, I'm saying, like, that girl wild.
Uncomfortable leaving them alone, but I had class. This was, like, 5:30, and I had class at 6. So I had to leave, and I was like low-key just standing there being like, hey, like, are you guys gonna leave or are you just gonna stay here? And she was like, oh, we're gonna leave. They were just like sitting on the couch. They were like, oh, we're gonna leave in like a bit. And I'm like, okay, do you want me to wait for you? And she's like, no, go, go, go. And I'm like, okay. So I really couldn't miss my class, but it was really uncomfortable leaving them there. But I just was like, okay, like if they steal my shit, they have sex on my bed, like there's nothing I can do about it. So I fucking leave.
I got fire extinguisher and just started spraying. Like, get up out my bed, get up out my place.
Very poorly. And when I bring this up to Easy now, she's like, oh, like, it's really offensive to me that you would say this about my friend, like, that you wouldn't trust my friend. She was only here for like 10 minutes. She texted me, and I'm like, I don't know. She wasn't here for 10 minutes. I was home. You were at work. As her friend leaves, she's
like, also. That's offensive. Because I'm like, so am I supposed to, that's why I'm like, I asked her the question, I'm like, so am I supposed to know your friends? I'm saying, because I don't know half of the people that I walk past when I'm like downtown Seattle and stuff. So if they are friends with any of my friends, okay then. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I know them, okay? That doesn't necessarily mean if I see them, oh, I'm going to add them on Facebook. I don't know you. Your friends, I don't know the double stranger. I don't know any of them people. So I'm like, when they in my house and they over here like just treating it as if it's their place and things, I'm going to say something. That's not. I'm like, that's where you just got to do some football stuff. Blow a whistle, throw a yellow flag in the air. I'm like, nah, this is a penalty. Get up out my place. Like, you gotta go 10 yards out my place.
And guess what? She doesn't fucking clean. So not only
has
she not cleaned for the 3 weeks that she had the apartment to herself, she also didn't clean for the week that her and her friend literally bombed the entire apartment. They would go out every night, go out drinking, and they would like spill it. She had this like spray tan thing that she would just spray, and then it got all over the place. And she left for vacation for an entire week, and I was like, I can't live like this for an entire week, so I gave in. And I cleaned.
So that just shows that the girl is white. So that's going back to the racist thing. How is Ray being racist if y'all are like, I don't know, maybe you guys like aren't the same like nationality and things, but I'm just saying, like, I would assume that she has some sorts of light skin. That's why she's spray painting the tan. I never understood that. I'm like, you getting pretty much like human spray paint and you just spraying. I don't understand that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like an old fashioned person. I'm like, I just go outside. If I want to get dark, I'll just, find a spot that's like sunny and things and just lay there. But I can't spray tan myself. That's just weird. I don't know. That's weird.
The entire apartment, not only just after her, but also after her friend. Also, she had like random shit all over the place. She had 7 razors in the bathtub, and some of the razors had like mold on them, empty shampoo bottles, like stuff everywhere. So I literally just took everything, and there was a tiny crack in her door, and I put everything in her room from that tiny crack because I didn't want to touch her door. She's so sensitive on her door, and she comes home from vacation texting me being like, next time if you're gonna touch my shit, like ask me. And then we got into the
She said, next time don't touch anything that belongs to me. It doesn't matter what it is, and if you see trash, throw it out, just like I throw your trash most of the time. Please message me before I show up to my room with stuff. If you want to be disrespectful like that, I can do that too. I'm like, well, square up. I'm like, you out here texting? I'm like, nah, that's why I went back to the place. I threw my hat down. I straight up would have just Bruce Lee'd everything. Took my shirt off, got like in a fight position and stuff. I'm like, well, square up then. I'm like, cause all that stuff belongs. It's all. I'm sitting here trying to help you out, clean up your stuff and things. I'm like, nah, that girl, she crazy. I'll say that much.
I tell her that I'm not responsible to clean up after her. Yeah, I had to. The only thing she had on me was that I leave my dirty dishes in the sink.
All I'm saying is don't. I never want to touch anything I could. Like you, but I ain't, so don't try. Why would you put dirty dishes by the door? I'm like, does that make any sense? Why would you put any dirty dishes by the door? I put stuff that can necessarily go into a room, like, but I'm saying, like, leave the dishes out by the sink. If they dirty, if they're my dishes, see, here's the thing. If me and the person is cool, then like whoever does the dishes does the dishes. Usually, yeah, if I'm just all like, dang, we ain't got no dishes, let me just clean them all. Then I'll clean them all. I ain't gonna be petty and like, oh, that's their dishes, so I'm only gonna do that and things. I'm just saying, like, that's overall who I am and stuff. Like, maybe I'm saying, like, Ray, if you need a roommate, I'll be, I'll make sure to, throw away my trash and stuff, not leave moldy razors and things and dirty dishes and all that stuff. Honestly, though, the only thing that you'll probably have to really worry about is maybe me spraying cologne. Like, that's honestly, though, like, I can't think of anything else. I'm like, if you're sensitive to smells, then I'll try to, like, go out. I'm that generous. I'll bring the cologne with me and go outside and spray myself with it. I'm like, anybody else that's outside, forget them. I don't care if they having breathing issues, but I'm like, yeah, to a roommate and stuff, I'm trying to think. Maybe, like, I don't know. I'll be wearing, like, if the shoe thing bothers you, then I won't wear any of my new shoes inside of the place and stuff. So, that's, yeah, I'm nice. I'm caring. Her, on the other hand, that's opposite. That girl crazy.
Let me tell you guys something about this girl. When I want to not wash my dishes,
It's like, it got dark outside.
I would empty out the food into
this video took a while.
And I would put just the empty plate in the sink. What she does when she doesn't want to do her dishes, which is always because she doesn't really do her dishes, we're going to get into that soon, is she hides it into random nooks and crannies around the house.
I see. I think that's what she posted on TikTok.
Open the microwave door and I will find her rotten food in the microwave.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Or what she more usually does is that she'll just take her plate with half of her leftover food because she doesn't finish her plate ever, and she'll just put it inside of the dishwasher. Our dishwasher, by the way, doesn't work. Our landlord hasn't fixed it since we came here. And I use it as a drying rack, but she uses it as a place to store her dirty dishes.
Ugh.
And she doesn't even take the food off of it before. So
that is nasty.
If she has leftover rice on her plate, she'll just put the plate in the dishwasher and all the rice will go and sit at the bottom. The bottom of her dishwasher is so gross. Like, if you open the dishwasher, it just like stinks, and I have to use that to store my clean dishes because we don't have a drying rack. You know what's worse is that when she wants to actually use any of these dishes that she hid in the dishwasher, she'll just take it and she'll just rinse it and she'll use it. She doesn't clean. She just makes it look not dirty by rinsing it, and she'll reuse it over and over again.
Yeah,
I literally get so mad.
That girl. I can see myself, like, whoever that girl is, like, dating her, and then at some point in time, we both kiss. I feel like that, based off of what I'm hearing from this video, I hope that she brushes her teeth, because if not, then I'm like, my mouth would dry up, and I would get the choking and die. Ray would come over and be like, what happened? What happened to Tyler? Like, this was the one and only guy I actually like coming over to the place and things. That woman killed me. I'd do some, like, what was that movie with Ghost with Patrick Swayze? I had to, like, come to you with Whoopi Goldberg and things and been like, yeah, she killed me. That woman killed me. She did, like, she don't brush her teeth, and of course she doing stuff like that and living reckless. Dried out my throat. I choked and died. She looked at me while I died. So that is disgusting. No, I've been all like, see, another thing that I've picked up from my mom, I would be banging on that time I would be touching her door, all fist and everything, banging on that door as if I was the cops or something, and be like, no, come here. I'm like, cause we gotta talk about this. This needs to end right now. Do not. I'm like, do not. At that point, I'm getting mad. I'm like, do not, okay? Cause I gotta use this microwave too. And this food bacteria and all that stuff is traveling inside the microwave when you are leaving food in there that's old, rotten, disgusting, moldy. You are leaving that in here and that stuff's getting around. I'm constantly going to have to clean that. I'm like, no, throw the food away. I'm like, you can't sit here and say that. I don't throw away stuff. And you how you're storing it like it's for like a scavenger hunt later on in life or something. I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, you got to throw that away.
Like, I literally just leave empty dishes in the sink and I wash them within like 12 to 24 hours. She like sends me these pictures of like the dishes and like hair that's like not even mine. And like, this is all yours. And I'm like, no fam, like, don't put that on me. Oh my god, I took a screenshot of this because it's so funny. But I was like, last time I checked, you were supposed to get the dishwasher fixed like 4 months ago. So you absolutely can't say anything about dishes, okay? Because your lazy ass had one job and couldn't handle it. Because at this point I'm like mad. And she's like, so you can't use your hands to watch, but you can use your mouth to talk shit.
Wow. I'm saying, like, where I'm from, that would have led into a fight. I'm like, well, I ain't got to talk no more. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to leave my prison cell room. You can leave your room. We can meet out in the living room. I'm like, how about that? I'm like, nah. I'm like, because you were saying all that stuff over the phone. You got to come out here right now. As soon as she had turned the corner, I threw her old moldy food at her and then just tackled her. If I was Ray, all right? I'm not saying if I was a guy, I would do that. If I was a guy, I don't know. If I was living with that girl, I wouldn't like do no like physical harm to her, but I would do like some like petty harm to her, like take her food, like, you know, build like a statue out of it in front of her door or something. I'm like, that's you. I'm like, you know, do like, or put them in like, or you know what? No, this is what at my old job, what we would, as like prank, because we were like all friends with each other and stuff. We will put like food or, you know, but like not like, you know, like leftover. We'll get like a tomato or something and put it in somebody's shoe. Or like maybe some like gloves or something, just stuff the person's shoes with them. We'll do some funny stuff like that. But no, that shoe rack, I found her shoes and then just, you know, well, see, then I, because like, no, if she would have did anything to my Jordans, then I probably would have just like, I don't know, I probably would have like just, you know, probably just like smeared, like got like, I don't know, got like some like marker or something and just smeared my hands on her door and stuff. We've been doing some petty things. I'm like, that girl, she thought that you had been an evil roommate. That girl probably would have had to call the cops on me because I had been like, nah, I'm out here, I'm playing for keeps. So I'm like, I'm saying I wouldn't do no physical harm, but I would spray her with a fire extinguisher. Just, you know.
What does that even mean? I'm so confused. After she comes back from vacation, we see each other in person and we get into one huge fight. And this huge fight had to unfortunately occur in front of her little brother, who was like this poor 16-year-old guy. And so it was just really awkward. It was just like, like stop fighting. And like every now and then he would like chip in and try to defend his sister. So I was like, I had to keep...
I'm like, I don't know. I would defend my sister and things. My sister cool and stuff. But this girl though, actually, you know what? No, I'm like, that's between y'all. I'm like, I'm trying to think. I can't remember. There has been times I've been there for my sister, but there's like usually it ain't because of like no roommate or anybody like living with. There's somebody that she living with. It's between two friends. My sister has gotten into it with two friends or with friends and stuff, and I just be sitting there and just be looking. I'm like, oh, all right, well, you know, I'm just gonna sit here and just look. But you know, I'm not just, you know, I'm just saying I'm a viewer. I'm a viewer and stuff. But if it's like some like random person and things, then yeah, I got my sister's back. I'll go and take a couple of swings in and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know. That's like that girl. Judging by based off of the things that you told me, her brother is most likely then dealt with that stuff. So he's probably all like, you know, if he's chipped in, he's probably all like, dang, I feel sorry for her, and this girl's probably just getting demolished in this argument and stuff. So let me just like chip in and help her out. But I don't know. I think if I was this, you know, awkward 16-year-old brother and stuff, I'd be like, yeah, that's between y'all.
Clean up after you all of last week. And he was like, well, she wasn't even here last week. I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't know anything, little kid. Go play with your Legos. Stay out of this. Let the grown-ups handle this. And guys, our fights would get bad. She would like scream. And I have this thing, which is like kind of annoying, I know. I have this thing where I start laughing during fights. When people go psycho on me, like I can't hold myself.
And
I'm like, no, I'm like that too. When people I don't know, I start off with petty things and then I get to yelling, or I'll get like smart with the person and say some stuff. Like I have like different phases. Like I'm like a tornado when it comes. So it's like category 1, it's not as bad. I'm just like, all right, whatever and things. Category 2, then I'm probably getting smart. Category 3, I'm being petty. Category 4, I am yelling and screaming. And then category 5 or 6, wherever it ends off in things, then that's when I'm probably like rolling up the sleeves and stuff. I'm like, you can meet me out front, and I'm like, and we can just settle all this stuff and things. I'm like, first things first, let me take my shoes off and things. But yeah, I get the swinging once it gets to category 5. So yeah, Ray, she was probably like maybe at a 2 or 3. She started laughing. So Ray, she's probably all like, you don't know. Like Ray seems like the type, she'll do some like bodily harm to that girl. The brother tried to jump in. Ray done like elbowed him in the face and things. I'm like, yeah, I'm honestly though, I would have to say that I'm actually like terrified for anybody that crosses Ray. Like I truly think like Ray, she has like a bit of a like angry black woman in her, which is good. You know, we all need that. We all need the angry black woman in people and things. And that's what definitely Ray has. She has an angry black woman in her. And I'm like that. It was that close. It was that close to coming out because that's usually like angry black women do. They get the laughing when like some stuff is like being said or an argument or fights happening and things.
It's been like a real problem in my life, and I take accountability for that because I feel like it always like escalates fights and it gets the person even more mad.
At some point, she started
I
to
don't
get
care.
real mad, and I started recording her voice because I felt threatened. Not that I was like scared that she would like kill me or something, but I was just like, okay, I need proof that like she literally was trying to hit me. We were just like arguing
Ray's
back
an
and
assassin.
forth, and I was clearly winning the argument, so she didn't really have anything to say back, so she just leaves mid-argument and goes to her room and closes her door. I'm still talking, so I walk after her and I open her door, which is
wow.
like the worst thing you can do with this girl is you touch her door, so she starts freaking the out.
That girl, she's probably like just sitting like this and then just starts shaking like, no, you didn't touch her. At that point, that girl, she was all like, nah, now Ray done crossed the line. Like, you touched the girl's door? Ray! Like, oh man, I love Ray. Ray is funny. Like, nah, she's all like, this ain't over. She took that door. She said, now you look here, Miss Lee, food around. Like, that girl, she was probably hot once you. Oh, that is funny.
Attacking me, and her brother's holding her back, and she's like, fight me. So she starts freaking the out and starts attacking me, and her brother's holding her back, and she's like, fight me. Like, I grew up with brothers. Like, you don't know. You grew up with a sister. I could beat your ass. And I'm like, girl, first of all, if you'd only seen my sister and the types of fights that we got into, you wouldn't dare threaten me like this. And second, you're like half my size. I literally tell her that. I'm like, you're half my size. I could beat your ass in a second if I wanted.
Ray's like in some dojo. I feel like there's gonna be like I'm gonna like, you know what? I'm gonna do like a thorough investigation of Ray Rahimi. I'm like, something just doesn't seem right. This girl has to be like an assassin over in some dojo, like hidden off in some area. I feel like there's gonna be a video. There's like Ray Rahimi in like 2014 and stuff, where she's just like bowing down like this, about to fight, then just gets in a fighting position and just starts going ham. Like Ray's a ninja.
And she was like, no, you're just fat. That doesn't do anything. And I'm like, honey, there's a reason why there are weight classes in like boxing and like martial arts. It's because fat does make a difference.
So that's okay. So Ray kind of gave us a hint. So boxing and martial arts. So that's definitely what I'm gonna look into first.
I could still beat your ass, like, if we wanted to go there. But obviously I'm not gonna hit her because I'm not a psycho. So I was just like, hey, if you hit me, I'll hit you back. But otherwise, I'm not hitting you. But she was trying to attack me. Her brother held her back.
Respect.
You're not about fucking physical.
Please,
You're not.
please. Also, guys, you'll see a trend.
Is that how she sounds? Why does she sound like a chipmunk? That is, I don't know if she like did something to the audio or what, but I'm like, is that how she actually sounds? Oh my, you're fooling around with Alvin's cousin. Like freaking, I don't know, with Alvin's cousin, I don't know. Freaking, then she a chipmunk. I know that much.
And,
or
like,
a squirrel.
her messages and like her recordings, that for some reason she thinks I'm like this big like spoiled mama's girl who like always talks about her to my parents and like is so dependent on them. But I have never once brought up my parents to her in a conversation, like ever. I don't know where she got that from.
Mommy, daddy. You have like a sister. I can raise you boys. You don't know where we come from. Like, I swear to you.
Also, I'm completely independent.
That girl is probably like short. Like Ray's like probably just towered over. She's like, I swear to you, Ray. Like, man, that girl, she sound like a legitimate squirrel. Like, that is wow.
Parents at 21 years
Freaking
old,
Sonic
something
the
that she
Hedgehog,
can't
that's what she's
say,
beefing
and I'm
with.
still a student. Also, I don't know if she's like jealous that I can make money off of YouTube or something, but she kept bringing it up. Like, she kept saying that she has a real job and I'm only on YouTube. But
People
fun
say
fact,
that.
I'm a full-time student juggling a part-time job and 2 YouTube channels, while she only literally has 2 part-time jobs that don't even add up to 1 full-time job in terms of hours.
See a doctor. Listen, you talk shit on the internet about people.
Yeah?
Okay, but you can't do it on real life because you're gonna get knocked out.
Watch me.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, I get paid for it on YouTube, but don't do it in real life. I swear to God, Ray.
Dude.
Where we come from, you don't know that. That's the thing. You keep talking.
Oh, so the voice is like like, different in things, audios. Oh, well, okay, so yeah, I should have just, I don't know why I didn't just realize that the audio is pitched up to protect her privacy. Okay, so yeah, sometimes I just don't read things and I just hear stuff, and I was like looking directly at the screen too, so I don't know why I didn't see that and stuff, but okay.
Your mouth, but that's the thing. One day you regret it.
I'm not talking shit behind your back. I'm talking shit to your face.
Just as an advice for you,
Okay.
like, even my friends, my brother, like, we all think you're sick, like, you're mentally sick, bro. Shit about people for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and literally enjoys getting money out of that. That's a sick person like you are.
My friends think you're so sane. Like, it's totally opposite. Everyone,
Friends support your YouTube shit, they talk shit about people.
you're coming off.
She said
as
what?
everyone-
Friends support your YouTube
They support.
shit, they talk shit about
I mean, I don't talk badly about. I don't just randomly go out. Well, I don't even. Yeah, I'm like. Well, I mean, with Ray's situation, I mean, the person that she mainly talks about, Trisha Paytas, the girl did try to scam her out of $500. I feel like that you should be on a person's side. My thing is though. Here's the thing. So Ray, she's not like a person that like hides behind camera. She's very open when it comes to YouTube. Even the situation with Trisha Paytas and things. So, and I would imagine that, like, yeah, if you look up Ray's name and things, or, if you went to school, I don't know. Like, overall, I just feel like that people overall do. It ain't like she's like hiding or any things when she comes onto YouTube. Like, she's open. People probably know, like, her friends, family, they all know that she does like YouTube and things. She ain't no hider. She's all like, whatever I talk about, that's what Ray, in a sense, she kind of reminds me of myself. Because it's more so, it's like, I'm open with YouTube, and people, I'm like, and the character that I display on YouTube, that's the person that I'm in real life. So I feel like Ray, who she is, like, this side of Ray, though, like, her, like, getting, that's me, though. I'm not the one that just, be going out, be trying to, like, record and things. I'm just like, look, we can squash all this right here and then and stuff. You probably, like, nah, if I had been Ray and stuff, like, if Ray would have had my, like, mental state, yeah, that girl probably would have been screaming and her brother would have been trying to, like, get her up out of there and stuff. Because I am a little violent, but I've since then I have calmed down. I'm not as violent as I used to be, but I'm cool. I'm cool.
people.
You're coming off as insanely.
Friends and us, we got real jobs. That's the thing.
Well, all of my friends are in school at like the top universities in the country,
YouTube is a
so
real
they'll
job.
probably be 100 times more successful than you
That
will
statement's
ever
just
be.
dumb.
And second, you are all about being real, and you think I'm so fake, and you think I talk shit about you behind your back. Yet you say that your friends talk shit about me behind my back, so
I know.
kind of hypocritical, don't you think?
Yeah.
Also, apparently she had gotten to like this and like physical fights with her roommates before, because when her brother was trying to like separate us from like getting into like a physical fight, he was like talking to her, he was like, no, not this again, don't do this again. Like, clearly this has happened before. Why am I not surprised?
I leave, she starts talking like half Arabic, half English with her brother, and at some point she says that I'm affecting her mental health and that she hates living here. And so I hear that and I'm like, hey, I can put up ads for your room. If you want to move out and I'll have someone move in and we don't have to live with each other anymore. And she's like, okay, you know what, do it. I'm like, okay, when's the earliest you can move out? And she's like, you know what, if you find someone, I'll move out tomorrow. And I have all of this on tape, guys, because at this point I'm still recording. Do you want me to put up ads?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay.
That would be great, because I literally don't want to have, like, mental problems because of you.
Okay, no, that's great. So we're on the same page.
Like, you most likely got
Can I
something.
put up ads for your room?
Well, I told her she's sick.
Can I put up ads
I
for
decided to double check with her because I know she just.
your room?
I told her she's sick.
Would you move out if I found someone?
Absolutely, because I can't deal with
Okay, when would you be able to move out? Because I want to put some info in the ad.
show me the ads and I'll show you.
She just. Alright.
Okay, I didn't understand that. I don't speak Arabic.
No. Can't speak Arabic, can't understand English, can't shit.
Wow.
Talk shit. That's
I don't think I heard her reply.
when you get someone to get out, right? Like, I can't.
Anytime?
If you want me tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Because I can't deal with a sick person like you.
Okay, perfect.
If you want me to
Sure.
move out of here, get someone to take my room now. Gladly move, because I can't deal with it.
Okay, well the same goes for you. If you find anyone for the den, I will also be down to move out. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll print out for your room. Okay? So I put up ads, find someone to take her place, and can you guess what happens? Stay tuned, because this video is already way too long and it's getting way too dark. And I'm gonna film the rest of this tomorrow and probably post it in a different video. But let me tell you, it's now almost March and we're both still here, so stay tuned for the rest of this. Bye.
Wow. That's crazy though, that part 2, oh yeah, and then she just uploaded part 3. Dang, man, that is insane. That is insane. I'm like, dang, I've been sitting down recording this for an hour. I didn't even realize I've been recording this. Well, it's like, it was a good video though. It was a really good one, but nah, anyways, before it reaches that hour point, I just wanted to shout out Ray. Make sure you guys go subscribe to her for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too. I will talk to you guys later. Stay tuned for the other one because I plan on reacting to the whole series and stuff. And yeah, talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and peace.